Right, hello everybody, my name is Dragster and welcome. This is no lie, this is virtual predictions because Cai decided to go home for Easter. As a punishment, this title right here won't be on the line. That is my decision because Cai...
I'm just saying I'd be a fighting champion if I was.
I am a fighting champion. I just don't want you to win the title and not be there to claim the title.
Okay.
I'm giving the people what they want.
Right.
So yeah, the title will not be on the line. It will be on the line for Mania. You better be back for predictions for Mania.
Oh, I am. I'm back on Thursday, so.
Okay, so
I'll be back for the second night of NXT.
So we will be streaming. We'll be streaming reactions. Do you know what? Fuck it.
Yeah.
We'll be streaming every single night. Night 1 of NXT, Night 2 of NXT, SmackDown, WrestleMania, and Night 2 of WrestleMania. And if
what about Raw?
Wow, we may even go for the Raw after Mania. We will see. But judging by the fact that we can do SmackDown now because plans have changed, I will be doing that. I feel like it's the right thing to do. And
yeah, card subject to change and all that, you know.
Card subject to change, of course. If something does come up out of my control, then we'll have to see. But I can do it, so why not? This is my last night of peace. Anyway, so this is a longer predictions in terms of the amount of things we have to predict because there are 2 nights of NXT Stand and Deliver. So this is going to be an interesting one. I actually think, quick word off of you before we go into it. I believe this is the hardest NXT takeover to ever predict.
Yeah, I was looking through it just before we come on to give a quick prediction to see if I want to change anything, and I've just got them down here, which is why I'm looking down here. Yeah, it was tough. It was tough, and there's a few that I've been and ahhing whether to change or not, but I've stuck with my guns because I thought if I change and I'm wrong, then I'll be annoyed. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting one, and I cannot wait. This is going to be the best. And to be honest, I'm excited for both nights. That's a surprise.
Yeah, I mean, second night more than first, but yeah.
I think the second night is only because of Cole O'Reilly. That's the only reason why I care about it.
Yeah.
Because that match could be match of the year. I'm calling it.
Well, and Balor Cross as well.
Although Balor Cross could be a squash. That's the thing, though.
I hope not.
If it kicks off the night, it's a squash.
Yeah.
If it kicks off the night, if it's the main event, it won't be a squash. Anyway, without further ado, shall we start?
We shall start. Yes.
First match on the card is trying to decide who is the best technical wrestler in the world, which is between Peter Dunne and Kushida. Who have you got and why?
I've gone with Dunne for this one because I feel as though I know it's sad because these are 2 brilliant technical wrestlers, but this almost feels like filler. I don't know why, it just does. In terms of the card, I don't feel like the company have got behind it as much as they should have done. That's just a side note, but I think Dunne's going to win just based on the pure fact the company are more behind him. Both need the victory massively, especially to move forward. But I feel like Dunne is going to come out on top just because the company are more behind him.
I've got Peter Dunne as well, but my reasoning's a bit different, and that's because he's not long just lost at Vengeance Day, was it, to Finn Balor, and I feel as though 2 losses for Peter Dunne would, especially with Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch being out at the moment, I feel like Dunne losing here might cost him more than it would Kushida. If Kushida loses here, because Peter Dunne's been in the main event scene, Kushida can go to the North American title and it doesn't really make much difference. If Dunne loses, I don't really know where he goes, and because of that, I feel like it needs to be Peter Dunne. Although
I do as well.
It'd be a great match.
Definitely.
Next up on the card is the NXT UK champion Walter versus
this will be a hell of a match.
Ciampa.
Yeah, this is going to be a great match.
This is going to be a great match, but I think we both know who's winning this one.
I've gone with... Well, hang on, where is it on my notes? I've lost it. Walter. I've gone with Walter. Yeah. Because, just for the pure fact that I think Ciampa's going to the main roster. That is... I think that's my hot take. I think he's going to go up to the main roster. For me, he's done everything in NXT.
He doesn't want to.
I know he doesn't want to, but Vince McMahon does what he wants. The Hurt Business didn't want to split up. Hurt Business didn't want to split up, and Vince McMahon was tough. He's splitting up. I have a feeling that Ciampa's going to go up to the main roster, and it just cements Walter as a true champion, and he can move forward and potentially, it puts that UK title in a higher stead. But it could also mean that Walter can go on to then to challenge for whoever wins between Balor and Cross. It's one of those ones where I think Walter needs it more, especially with Ciampa being the more established name. I think that's my reasoning as think why Walter's going to win it.
Same person, Walter. I've got Walter, but my reasonings again are different. Walter on Thursday night is defending the UK title against someone in the NXT UK.
The UK, right? Okay.
And I think they're pre-recorded. And if they are pre-recorded, then that means Walter's got the title. So that kind of spoils the result a little bit.
Yeah.
WWE are relying...
Is it even a title? Oh, yeah, it's a title match, isn't it? Yeah, it is a title match.
And basically WWE are relying on the fact that we do not care about NXT UK. And although they are correct, it doesn't mean we ignore it. So yeah, I think it will be I think Tommaso Ciampa is kind of turning into like Breezango, a veteran on the NXT roster that's going to put over some new talent while still maintaining his main event status, which I like. I like it.
Yeah.
Next up on the card is one I'm really looking forward to, actually. The 6-man gauntlet match between Leon Ruff, Isaiah Swerve Scott, Bronston Reed, Cameron Grimes, Dexter Lumis, and LA Knight. Who have you got?
I've gone with Dexter Lumis. Because Grimes doesn't need it, in my opinion. I think Grimes has got a great character work and he doesn't quite need it.
He's got the greatest theme ever at the moment.
Yeah. He's been built really well, so he doesn't need it. I think it's tempting for LA Knight to be put over. I think it was a toss-up between LA Knight and Dexter Lumis for me. They were the two that I was throwing up. I think the Bronson Reed, I think the rivalry they've got going on in there is going to end up costing one another. They're going to cost one another, which leaves, I think, for me, Dexter Lumis to take the victory in this. I think that's what's going to happen. Yeah,
there's a lot of rivalries crossing over here. I think Leon Ruff, Isaiah Swerve Scott will start off, and that will prove who's better at that one. Spoiler alert, I think it might be Leon Ruff. I think then Bronston Reed will then go on a tear. He will beat whoever wins the first one. I think he'll beat Cameron Grimes after Cameron Grimes tries to pay him off. Then it will go to obviously Dexter Lumis. I think Lumis will nick it because of stamina, and then I think Lumis will overcome LA Knight. And although that means LA Knight's lost a couple in a row because he lost to Bronston Reed in his debut, I feel as though it's okay because of LA Knight's character. It will work, and Dexter Lumis makes the most sense. He's got history with the Garganos at the moment. So I've got Dexter Lumis as well.
Okay, all right, very interesting. We're both on the same. I thought we'd differ on that one.
So did I. So yeah, brilliant. Next up is another great match. I actually personally think this should have been the ladder match. Just saying. Okay. Which is a triple threat tag team match for the vacant tag team titles between MSK, the Grizzled Young Veterans, and Legado del Fantasma. Who have you got and why?
I've gone with the Grizzled Young Veterans for this one. Have you got the same?
No, I was worried you'd go for them.
The Grizzled Young Veterans, because I feel like all three of them are worthy. I think they all could, have a good run with the title. But I think a good storyline you could do is have MSK chasing the gold. I think that's one of a good storyline that you could have. You know, the Grizzled Young Veterans as champs have already got that rivalry with MSK, and it's a good storyline having them chase the gold against the Grizzled Young Veterans. So yeah, I've gone with the Grizzled Young Veterans. Connor, who have you got and why?
I was worried you would go for Grizzled Young Veterans because I've gone with MSK.
Come on.
I'm obviously a massive fan of MSK. Last time around, you convinced me to not go for MSK, and because of that, you delayed me getting 100% on predictions. Because if I did go for MSK, I would have gone for Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai, and I would have won and got 100%. But instead, I won and didn't get 100%. Did
we draw on the last NXT?
No, I beat you by one.
We've drawn on one of them. Which one did we draw on?
We drew on Rumble.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I'm going to go with MSK here. I absolutely love them, and I think the company are behind them. My only worry is, like, Grizzled Young Veterans will pin Legado down Fantasma, and that will fuel things. I'm just hoping it works the other way round. I don't think it will, if I'm completely honest. This is very much heart over head, because I absolutely love MSK. So can we just move on, because I'm wrong on that
We
one.
can move on. We can move on. Yeah, happily.
And the main event of night one is the NXT Women's Champion Io Shirai versus Raquel Gonzalez. Who have you got and why?
And you. NXT Women's Champion. I think Gonzalez, I think this is her time. I genuinely think this is her time to beat Io Shirai. Again, I think it could be another one where Io Shirai goes up to the main card on the night after Raw, or the night after Mania on Raw, or on SmackDown. Who knows which branch she goes to? You know what? I think she'd do a good run on the main card as well. I think the main roster's crying out for some new women talent to come in. And I think Io Shirai would be perfect to go up there, and it makes sense to take that offer, give it to Gonzalez, and you can talk about her being this great champion, on NXT when she comes up to the main roster. But yeah, I think that's why Gonzalez. A, it's her time, and B, Shirai, I think it's time for the main roster.
Yeah, I feel as though it's the same thing. I feel like Io Shirai has been brilliant in this storyline, as so has Raquel Gonzalez. And I feel like NXT, my only worry with this one is they could end up with a male and a female both being dominant champions. And they don't usually do that. They like one being maybe a little bit more crafty.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go with Raquel Gonzalez. I feel as though they've been crying out for a second coming of Shayna Baszler, and I think this is it. I really do. I feel like Raquel Gonzalez is amazing, and I cannot wait until the eventual feud between Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez. I feel that's ready built after Raquel's gone through a few women. I feel like having Dakota Kai go, no, and maybe that's how you turn Raquel face, maybe. Maybe. Jealous. But that's me future booking there. But I do think Raquel Gonzalez is coming out NXT Women's
I do as well.
Now tonight 2, which is where I feel like we're going to differ a lot more now.
Yeah, because there's a lot more. This night 2 for me is a lot more subjective. Like there's some matches in there that could go either way. Yeah, completely either way.
I feel like this is the only night where every single match can go either way, and that's exciting. So first up is the NXT Women's Tag Team Championship match between the champions of Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart versus The Way in Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. Who do you have and why?
I've got Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart. I think that's not a great reaction. I think for me, they're the more established tag team on the card, between the two. And also, I think it's a good chance to build the other two. I feel like it's a chance to build them. They're not quite at the level yet. I think we talked about this when we were in the is it the Dusty Cup when they were facing when Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart were coming up against new challengers. We thought they're just not quite ready yet. They need a bit more time, and I think that's why Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart are winning this one. Yeah,
I think the same thing. It would have been different if they hadn't already hot-shotted the bounce, but they've already done it once. They're not going to do it again. And I feel like there's a big storyline with The Way going on at the moment. and I bloody love it. I know this is going slightly off topic with the way, but how Austin Theory eliminated himself in the Gauntlet, in the Battle Royal, was a stroke of genius. Genuinely a stroke of genius. Booking. I just love how they're booking that at the moment, and I feel like that's just going to continue here. Maybe a little bit of miscommunication. Maybe Indy gets a bit distracted. I don't know, but something will happen there. Next up on the card is the Unification Ladder match for the NXT Cruiserweight Championship between the champion Jordan Devlin and the champion Santos Escobar. Who's and why?
You see, this one for me was a very, very difficult. This is almost where I had to flip a coin. You know, like the famous 10 pence. Not the famous. I've decided, but this is what it was. Nearly down to. I nearly had to flip it. But I thought, you know what? No, I lost last time I did that, so I'm not going to do it again. So I actually went with who I thought was going to win. And I think Escobar is walking away with the championships here. Because I think he's defended the title. He's a worthy champion. Could see Devlin winning it, because if Devlin loses, for me, where does he go? Like other than that's what I was going to say. Other than NXT UK and challenge Walter, but Walter or Ciampa, who knows? But yeah, it's one of those things. But I think Escobar, again, I think he needs it. I think he needs it more than Devlin does. I think that's the reason why he's walking away.
I feel like Escobar has done some amazing work while Devlin's been away, and I genuinely think the whole plan the entire time was for Devlin to come back and win, and I feel like that's changed because
Escobar's almost thrown a spanner in the works, hasn't he?
Escobar's done such a good job. I feel like, why take it off of him? You know, that feud with Karrion Kross had no right to be good. No right.
And it was.
And I feel as though Escobar's journey as champion needs to continue.
I agree.
Next up on the card, which is definitely a coin flip, is Johnny Gargano versus the Gauntlet Eliminator winner, but we have previously both predicted Dexter Lumis.
I forgot about this one. I haven't done a prediction for this one. I forgot about this one. I completely forgot. I was looking through the card and obviously it wasn't on there. I forgot about this. That's
why the Gauntlet match was happening. Night one.
You know what that means?
Oh, bollocks.
You know what that means. Basically, we're going heads for Gargano, tails winner of the Gauntlet. I know what you want. It's tails, unfortunately, mate. Look, I can show you. Hang on. It is tails. So I'm going for the winner of the Gauntlet. It makes sense. Obviously, I'm just riffing now, but it makes sense for the winner of the Gauntlet to have gone through the whole match they have done the night before, and for them to finally overcome the champion makes sense. So I'm going with the winner of the Gauntlet.
Yeah.
Do you feel like I'm getting stronger? Do you feel like my build's getting a bit more worthy for that title at Mania?
No, I just feel like this card is, although unpredictable, is one where everyone's leaning virtually the same way, because everyone's predictions online are pretty much the same. But I feel as though, I initially, this is the one I changed. So I initially went for Gargano, and then I remembered who I picked, and I picked Dexter Lumis, and I'm banking on the fact that it's Dexter Lumis because Dexter Lumis, this whole way situation, which I alluded to earlier, obviously you've got the history of Austin Theory, you've got Indy Hartwell, who I think will cost Gargano. That's my little hot take. The only reason I think it will be the Gauntlet Eliminator winner is if it is Dexter Lumis. However, there's another part of me who kind of wants Dexter Lumis to be like Jake the Snake. Never won the title, never needed it. And I feel like he could very much have that, but I don't think in modern day that's going to happen.
Works, no.
Well, it would work. I just don't think they have the balls to do it.
True.
So true. I think it'll be the Gauntlet Eliminator winner, aka Dexter Lumis, in my predictions.
Yep, same.
Fuck's sake. Right, next is Adam Cole versus Kyle O'Reilly in an unsanctioned match.
Oh, it's not the main event. We've got one more after this, haven't we?
Yep.
I have actually gone with Kyle O'Reilly. See, I saw a lot of predictions. I thought you were going to go with Cole, because I saw a lot of predictions online going for Cole, but I don't think he's going to win. I think O'Reilly's overcoming the odds, and it makes sense because it establishes O'Reilly on the same level as Adam Cole. I think that makes sense. And again, he needs it more. I think it's his crowning moment. Not his crowning moment. It's not for a belt, but it's a crowning moment overcoming his close friend Adam Cole.
Yeah, I feel like this is Kyle O'Reilly's to win, and
yeah.
I feel as though Kyle O'Reilly has gotten close to the top of the mountain so many times and has just missed out. I feel like this would be a perfect time for Kyle O'Reilly to win. And I also feel as though this is the big babyface win before what happens next. So I think this is the big babyface win. I feel like you always need a big babyface win. I think this is it. I feel like because of the main event, I feel like this is it. So Kyle O'Reilly for the win.
Yep.
Let me just grab my belt. And the main event of the evening is Finn Balor versus Karrion Kross for the NXT Championship. Who have you got?
You see, half of me wants to make this interesting, because I know who you've gone with, because obviously you've made that clear. And half of me wants to make this interesting, because if I go with a certain person, it's going to, we could draw, effectively could draw, but I want to win. I don't want to draw. I want to win and end that streak of yours. So I've gone with Kross. I'm going with Kross.
Yeah, I've gone with Kross too. I feel as though similar to the Jordan Devlin thing earlier, I think this was the plan the entire time, put the belt back on Kross. Yeah. However, differing to the Jordan Devlin situation, I feel like Finn Balor didn't change their minds. It's always going to be Kross.
He's been great, don't get me wrong. He's been very, very strong. I can't remember a time that either of them last lost. Can you?
Pardon?
Can you remember sorry, hiccup there. Can you remember a time that either Kross or Balor last lost?
No, and that's good. That's how it should have been. And I feel like Finn Balor has elevated a lot of people. Pete Dunne and Kyle O'Reilly is the two. But I feel as though they've humanized Karrion Kross a little bit, and it's worked. Yeah. It's really worked. It's made him better. I feel, in my mind, I actually get Kross a bit more now. I feel like beforehand, I loved his gimmick, and I loved him, but there was a little part of me that was like, I'm invested, but I know you're just going to squash people. Whereas now, now I'm invested because I don't know what's going to happen. And that makes me more interested in a Karrion Kross run than a Finn Balor run to continue. So I'm going to go with Karrion Kross here. Wow.
Which means it all rides on that first night when I'm not there.
Yeah, it all rides on the first night when you are not here. What a shame. What a shame. I'm
walking away with that belt mania.
Yeah, but this is the point. This is the point I made, right? So we'd already decided this belt wasn't going to be on the line. And now it all rides on night one, which just is quite poetic, really, because you're not here. And that is the reason why this belt's not on the line. Is because
that belt's coming home at Mania. That belt is coming home at Mania.
No. Because I feel as though Mania is quite predictable this year, so I'm just gonna,
That'll come back to bite you, mate. To bite you.
It probably will. But yeah, I feel like NXT Takeover is going to be amazing. This is a busy week for both of us. This now is the last day of rest.
No, Hall of Fame, mate. Don't forget about the Hall of Fame.
I'm not watching the Hall of Fame.
I am. I'll be watching it.
I'm not, just because I've never watched it and I have no interest in doing it.
It's great. I think it's great.
I respect it. I just can't. I've just never been invested in it.
Yeah, fair enough. It's not for
everyone. This is it now. NXT Takeover Night 1 Wednesday, NXT Takeover Night 2 Thursday, SmackDown Friday, the WrestleMania edition. Don't you forget that it's the WrestleMania edition. It's totally the WrestleMania edition.
It's part of the predictions.
No, it's not. And then
no, because Andre Giant Battle Royal could be.
I don't care. It's not part of it. It's not WrestleMania.
Champion.
It's not WrestleMania.
Fine.
We are not doing predictions.
I don't need the Andre the Giant. I don't need the Andre Giant Battle Royal to beat you.
As if this guy wants to do predictions for Raws and SmackDowns now. He's got.
I will walk in to WrestleMania without that belt, and I will walk with it.
He's cut
Mark my words.
And we haven't even finished the video yet. So, okay, he's off. I'll finish the rest of the video. Yeah, so we've got WrestleMania Night 1 on Saturday, WrestleMania Night 2 on Sunday. This is going to be one hell of a week. We will try our best to stream every single night of this, which means 0 sleep for me from now on. So, yeah, predictions for Mania will be out on Friday. They will be out on Friday. Also out on Friday is predictions for Impact's Hardcore Justice pay-per-view, which is also on Saturday. As I've said, I will get no rest from now on. So yeah, that is it from us here. As I said, this bout will not be on the line, but Mania, the stakes will be higher than ever before. We'll get to that when we get there. But hit that like button if you like this video. Comment your predictions down below. I'm very interested. Is it as easy to predict as we've made it seem? And if you're new here, please do subscribe. And we will see you all in the streams.
It's coming home.
See ya.